A lot of people ask me what makes it different this time when I've tried to get sober so many times before. And it's taken me 25 years to get these past few months. And I just didn't give up. Like, I kept going back to meetings, going back to meetings. And finally, my bottom was so bad that I was so desperate that I started to listen. I'm Chrissy Green. I'm the mother of two children. Jack is 20 years old. Brian is 17. I am a survivor of domestic abuse, and I'm in recovery from drug and alcohol addiction and also from mental illness. I suffer from severe depression and anxiety disorder. When I tell my story at a 12-step meeting, I start with that I was the youngest of five children. When I was young, I was a very nervous child. I was afraid of everything, and I just could never relax. I could never sleep. People ask if the depression and the anxiety came first or the addiction, and I believe that the depression and anxiety came first, which made me search out things to calm me down. You know, my main goal is to just stay sober one day at a time. I, and my life just keeps getting better, a little bit better every day. So I try to keep it real simple because, this is all, as much as I've struggled with recovery for years, the way I feel now is all new to me. I had been in the hospital again another time for the depression, and they changed my medication, but with all the all the drugs I was doing was making that medication not work. So besides being a drug addict, a junkie, an alcoholic, I was still had terrible depression and terrible anxiety. I would have to take like 10 things at night to fall asleep, because the anxiety was so bad. And then Brian graduated from high school, and my kids are amazing. He graduated and was going off to University of Delaware, and I figured that my usefulness to my kids was done. A few days after Brian graduated, I took a bottle of pills, and he came home and he asked me to make him a sandwich, and I couldn't. And I showed him the bottle, and I left him a note, and he called 911. And they put me in the back of an ambulance, and I could see Jack running up the street to see what was going on. And I'll never forget it. I don't know what made me think that leaving my kids was a good idea, but it was a changing point in my life. Brian saved me, and when I got to the hospital and spoke to the doctors, I decided I needed more help. My family all came to my side and helped my children and myself. I went to another rehab, and I started taking all my medication as prescribed for my depression, for my anxiety. I take no addictive medication at all. I don't take any controlled substances. I won't take any medication that has any alcohol in it whatsoever. I don't ever want to trigger the demons inside me. I feel like I hit bottom so many times and started over again, but a few months ago was a bottom that I never thought I would reach. I had no job, no car, no, almost no place to live, um, and I was almost pretty much lost my kids for good. That was a real bottom for me. I get up in the morning and I read, my little meditation books, Language of Letting Go, and I read some other AA meditation books daily. And I look at the pictures of Jack and Brian, and I just think of, what a beautiful life they're going to have, and that I am going to be part of it. And for a while there, I didn't think I was going to be part of it. I didn't think they wanted me to be part of it. And just being with them is amazing. My life is so much different today that thank God for these few months, because this is the way I want to live my life today. And it's through the gift of desperation that I am sober today.